I will speak now not of success as men imagine it, but of success as it truly is. For many chase outcomes, yet few understand foundations. I was not made great by chance, nor did wealth arrive before wisdom. Everything that followed my reign was built on one choice. I asked not for power. I asked not for riches. I asked for understanding. This is the first secret that many ignore. Success does not begin with what you gain, but with how you think. Before I ruled men, I learned to rule myself. Before I judged nations, I learned to judge my own heart. The undisciplined man may rise quickly, but he cannot remain. I observed many kings greater in army, but weaker in wisdom. They ruled by force and fell by impulse. Wisdom builds what strength cannot protect. The first secret of success is reverence for order. Nothing prospers in chaos. A city without order decays. A mind without order collapses. A life without order leaks opportunity. I learned early that small disorder creates large ruin. Those who neglect small things invite great loss. Therefore, I set my house in order. My time, my words, my decisions. I did not rush to speak. I listened longer than others. Many spoke to impress. I listened to understand. This gave me advantage, for the wise gain power before others notice. Success favors those who prepare quietly. The second secret is patience before reward. I saw men demand fruit before planting seeds. They blamed the soil, the season, and the sun. But the problem was haste. Nothing lasting grows quickly. Wealth that arrives without patience leaves without warning. Authority gained without wisdom ends in shame. Therefore, I learned to wait. I learned to endure seasons that bore no visible reward. While others complained, I observed. While others rushed, I refined. Patience sharpened my judgment. It allowed me to see what others missed. The impatient see only surface. The patient see structure. This is why many chase opportunity and lose it. They arrive too early or leave too soon. The third secret is mastery of desire. Desire is a powerful servant, but a cruel master. I watched men ruined not by lack, but by excess. They gained wealth, yet lost direction. They gained pleasure, yet lost discipline. I learned that not everything attainable should be taken. The wise choose restraint, even when abundance is possible. This preserved my strength. For every indulgence weakens future resolve. Success requires stamina. Stamina is destroyed by excess. The man who cannot say no cannot be trusted with yes. I governed my appetites so they would not govern me. This is why my reign endured, while others collapsed. The fourth secret is listening to counsel without surrendering authority. I surrounded myself with voices, but I chose carefully. Not every opinion deserves weight. Not every voice seeks truth. The wise listen broadly, but decide narrowly. They gather insight without losing direction. Those who reject counsel become blind. Those who accept all counsel become confused. Balance is power. Success stands between pride and dependence. I remained teachable without becoming unstable. The fifth secret is understanding time. Time is the most honest judge. It reveals what effort hides. It rewards consistency and exposes shortcuts. I did not measure success by days, but by decades. Many win moments and lose lifetimes. The wise trade urgency for endurance. They build what outlives them. This is why my words remain long after my throne faded. Success is not noise, it is alignment. When thought, action, and discipline move together, progress becomes inevitable. I did not control everything, but I controlled what mattered, my choices, my habits, my response to opportunity. This is the foundation. In the next part, I will speak of how wisdom attracts wealth, how reputation creates opportunity, and why success flees those who chase it directly. He who understands these things does not need luck. He builds his future deliberately. Now I will speak of what many desire, yet few understand. Wealth. Many chase coins, gold, and property, thinking these define success. But I tell you, wealth arrives not for the greedy, but for the wise. Wisdom is the magnet, wealth is the effect. I observed merchants who labored endlessly and gained little. Their hands were full, but their minds were empty. I observed others who acted less, but with thought, patience, and foresight. Their gain multiplied. The difference was not luck, nor inheritance, nor brute effort. It was discernment. The wise see opportunity where others see risk. They act where others hesitate. They plan where others gamble. The fool sees profit and runs. The wise sees patterns and waits. Even kings fall from sudden fortune. They gain without wisdom and lose without understanding. I once judged two merchants. One sought wealth quickly, one slowly, carefully. The first squandered every gain through haste, indulgence, and false pride. The second prospered quietly, year after year, until wealth became freedom. This is the second secret. Patience multiplies all that is earned. Do not rush growth, but cultivate it steadily. The third secret is reputation. A man who acts honorably, even in small matters, attracts allies, trust, and opportunity. A bad reputation destroys wealth faster than any enemy. I observed kings praised for strength, yet feared and avoided. I observed men modest in power, yet beloved by many, and aided without request. Wealth and influence follow reputation more surely than they follow effort alone. The fourth secret is foresight. A man who anticipates change, prepares before the storm. A man who reacts blindly loses both treasure and peace. The wise see cycles, markets rise and fall, seasons change, fortune shifts. They do not panic nor overreach. They measure, they test, they wait for the right moment. Even small decisions, repeated over time, determine the fate of kingdoms and households. I have seen men lose wealth not in one great mistake, but in many small ones. A coin spent thoughtlessly, a promise made carelessly, a warning ignored. Accumulated over years, these create ruin. The fifth secret is discipline. A disciplined mind controls desire, resists distraction, and directs effort steadily. Without discipline, wealth is a fleeting shadow. With discipline, even modest resources grow. I once observed two brothers, one disciplined, one impulsive. The disciplined brother saved, invested, and learned. The impulsive brother spent, gambled, and sought applause. Years later, the disciplined had abundance. The impulsive had little but regret. Do not seek shortcuts. Do not envy sudden gain. Build steadily, act wisely, and wealth will follow as naturally as the sun rises after night. The sixth secret is humility. Pride blinds the mind. It ignores counsel, rejects reflection, and alienates allies. Many rise quickly and fall faster because they believe they know all. The humble man learns constantly, listens carefully, and strengthens both mind and network. Wealth that arrives to pride soon departs. Wealth that arrives to wisdom remains. This is why I say the pursuit of wealth without learning is foolish. The pursuit of wealth with wisdom is certain. In the next part, I will explain how knowledge, patience, and reputation combine to create lasting success, and how the careless lose even when fortune smiles. Now I will speak of how wisdom, patience, and foresight unite to create lasting success. Many believe that wealth is measured by gold, yet true wealth is security, influence, and freedom. I observed men who gained riches quickly, only to lose them in moments of distraction, pride, or haste. They thought they were clever, but they ignored patterns, counsel, and time. The first principle of lasting wealth is consistency in small matters. Every choice matters. How you spend your hours, how you speak your words, how you manage your possessions. Even minor neglect, repeated, creates invisible loss. The second principle is patience. No tree bears fruit immediately. No river flows without time. The impatient man sows and harvests too soon, or abandons effort before it matures. The patient man works steadily, trusting that effort, guided wisely, will grow. I once observed two farmers. One planted his fields and returned each day to care. The other ignored the young shoots, seeking instant yield. The patient farmer harvested abundantly. The hasty farmer found empty soil. So too it is with wealth. Effort sustained and guided by wisdom produces abundance. The third principle is foresight. Do not wait for fortune to appear before preparing for it. Anticipate seasons of scarcity. Seek knowledge before opportunity, and guard what is earned carefully. A man who fails to foresee loses even in times of plenty. I saw merchants who gained riches and lost them to careless decisions, trust misplaced, promises broken, or indulgence uncontrolled. Foresight prevents such loss. It allows planning, adjustment, and the careful taking of risks. The fourth principle is humility. Pride blinds judgment. It ignores counsel, underestimates challenges, and overestimates ability. Humility opens the mind to learning, to correction, and to wise partnership. The man who seeks advice and heeds wisdom gains security beyond the reach of fortune alone. The fifth principle is discipline. Discipline turns intention into action, action into habit, and habit into results. Without discipline, effort is wasted. With it, even small steps accumulate into great outcomes. I once saw a young scribe. He studied daily, disciplined in thought and habit, while others sought only immediate reward. Decades later, he possessed influence and wealth far greater than those who labored harder but without direction. The sixth principle is reputation. Those who act with integrity, patience, and wisdom attract trust and opportunity. The careless, even if rich, are abandoned in times of need. True success comes not only from action, but from the way the world perceives the consistency of that action. These six principles, consistency, patience, foresight, humility, discipline, and reputation, work together. Individually, each helps. Together, they secure lasting success. The man who masters them builds wealth quietly, steadily, and without fear. He does not need to chase fortune. Fortune follows him, and he avoids the silent mistakes that destroy even the most promising beginnings. In the next part, I will reveal the final lesson, how to combine these secrets into a life of enduring success, where wealth, wisdom, and influence last across generations. Now I will speak of application. For knowledge without action is like a tree without fruit. Many know what is right, yet few apply it consistently. Wisdom reveals the path, but walking the path requires courage and discipline. The first step is clarity. Every day, the wise man examines his purpose, what must be done today to build what matters tomorrow. He distinguishes between urgency and importance. Many chase the urgent, neglecting the important. They are busy, yet stagnant. The wise prioritize what endures. The second step is deliberate action. Effort alone is not enough. It must be directed. Small, consistent steps toward a goal produce more than frantic motion. I once observed a craftsman who carved slowly but steadily. Years later, his work was admired far more than that of a man who rushed despite equal talent. Focus matters more than speed. The third step is reflection. At day's end, the wise consider what was achieved, what was wasted, and what can be improved. This reflection allows adjustment, prevents repeated mistakes, and strengthens judgment. The fourth step is control over desire. Immediate pleasures may distract from lasting gains. The wise temper indulgence, not to avoid life, but to preserve the power to act decisively when opportunity appears. Every coin, every hour, every word is measured. The fifth step is preparation for change. Life is uncertain. The seasons shift, markets rise and fall, and circumstances alter suddenly. Those who prepare in advance weather storms with stability. Those who ignore preparation face chaos and loss. The sixth step is learning from others. No man knows all, no matter how wise. Seek counsel, observe outcomes, and adapt methods accordingly. Those who isolate themselves repeat mistakes that could have been avoided. The seventh step is patience with results. Many give up before seeing fruit. The wise understand that the seed requires time to grow. Daily discipline compounds quietly, and suddenly success appears. The eighth step is the careful use of influence. Reputation and trust open doors that wealth alone cannot. Treat others with fairness, honor agreements, and maintain consistency. Opportunity follows those who are known to act rightly. The ninth step is risk management. Courage is not recklessness. The wise take calculated risks based on knowledge, foresight, and preparation. The fool confuses luck with wisdom. The 10th step is perseverance. Obstacles are certain. The wise persist despite failure, adjusting strategy without abandoning principle. Each small victory strengthens the foundation. Each failure, if examined, becomes instruction. Thus, these 10 daily practices create a life of enduring success. They do not promise sudden fortune, but steady growth, stability, and the respect of others. Even when circumstances change, the disciplined, patient, and thoughtful man remains capable and in control. This path is not easy. It requires vigilance, restraint, and consistent action. Yet it is the path that transforms potential into reality. In the next part, I will explore how these practices interact with fortune, opportunity, and timing, and why some men achieve abundance while others, equally capable, do not. Now I will speak of fortune and opportunity, and how the wise turn chance into lasting success. Many see opportunity as fleeting, like a bird that lands briefly and disappears. The foolish chase it blindly, grasping without preparation, and lose it immediately. The wise do not wait for luck. They prepare, they observe, they anticipate. Opportunity arrives to those who are ready to act. I observed merchants who missed fortune because they were distracted, because they were unprepared, because they were ruled by impulse. I observed others who seized modest openings, and through patience, foresight, and action, built empires. This is the first lesson. Opportunity rewards the prepared, not the eager. The second lesson is discernment. Not every opportunity is worth pursuit. The wise examine risk and reward carefully. They weigh consequences, consider timing, and measure resources. The fool sees only gain. The wise see structure. Thus, one correct choice outweighs many poor ones. The third lesson is timing. Even the best plan fails if executed too early or too late. The wise know when to act and when to wait. They are patient with seasons, but decisive when the moment arrives. I observed kings who gained armies, yet fell because they struck too soon. I observed merchants who delayed rash action and prospered when the market shifted. Patience aligned with timing creates results that effort alone cannot. The fourth lesson is learning from mistakes. The wise analyze losses, not to despair, but to grow. Every failed venture contains instruction, every setback a guide. The unwise repeat errors, believing that luck will correct them. The fifth lesson is humility in success. Fortune tempts pride. The fool believes wealth is proof of superiority. The wise see wealth as a tool, not a symbol. They manage it carefully, share it thoughtfully, and use it to strengthen influence and security. The sixth lesson is patience with results. Even with preparation and skill, success does not arrive immediately. The wise work steadily, trusting the process, without despair. They understand that compounded effort and deliberate choice outweigh sudden windfalls. I observed men with great talent who failed because they abandoned effort too soon. I observed others of modest ability who persevered and created lasting impact. The seventh lesson is the harmony of mind and action. Knowledge without execution is worthless. Action without knowledge is reckless. The wise unite both. They plan thoughtfully, then act decisively, then reflect and adjust. This cycle produces sustained results and turns fleeting opportunities into permanent success. The eighth lesson is reputation and relationships. Opportunities arrive through networks, through trust, through alliances built over time. The unprepared, prideful, or impatient man finds doors closed. The wise, disciplined, and honorable man finds doors open, often before he knocks. The ninth lesson is foresight in resource management. Wealth must be preserved, multiplied, and allocated wisely. Excess and indulgence destroy potential. Moderation, discipline, and investment ensure that opportunities bear fruit. The 10th lesson is perseverance through uncertainty. Even when all signs seem unclear, the wise persist. They adjust, they learn, they adapt, and they continue forward. Opportunity favors those who are prepared, patient, and persistent. The fool blames chance, the wise create conditions. Thus, success is not merely a gift of fortune, but the natural outcome of preparation, wisdom, patience, and action. In the next part, I will expand further on how these principles guide daily decisions, turn small beginnings into great achievements, and secure influence that lasts. Now I will speak of practice, for wisdom without action is like a tree without roots. The secrets I have shared are not magic nor sudden fortune. They are principles to be applied consistently and deliberately each day. The first practice is planning. Every morning, consider your day. What tasks will bring you closer to your long-term goals? Do not chase every distraction. Do not respond to every demand. Focus on what matters and align effort with purpose. The second practice is prioritization. Not all work is equal. Separate the urgent from the important. Urgent tasks may consume energy, but important tasks build legacy. Always serve the long term before the short term. The third practice is reflection. At day's end, review your actions. What was achieved, what was wasted, what can be improved. This daily reflection prevents repeated mistakes, sharpens judgment, and strengthens discipline. The fourth practice is restraint. Control your desires, temper indulgence, and invest your energy and resources wisely. Every coin, every hour, every word has the power to build or to destroy. The fifth practice is learning. Seek knowledge daily, observe outcomes carefully, and adapt methods. Even small insights, repeated over time, compound into great advantage. The sixth practice is preparation. Anticipate change, prepare for scarcity, and act before necessity forces you. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Begin where you are. The seventh practice is patience. Effort may not yield immediate results. Trust the process, continue steadily, and avoid despair. The eighth practice is careful action. Act decisively when the opportunity arises, but not recklessly. Measure risk, plan steps, and proceed with clarity. The ninth practice is cultivating reputation. Act honorably, maintain integrity, and honor promises. Trust and opportunity follow those whose actions are consistent and reliable. The 10th practice is perseverance. Obstacles will arise, failure will appear. The wise persist, adjust strategy, and continue forward without abandoning principle. By following these 10 daily practices, a man transforms small beginnings into enduring wealth, influence, and peace. Every choice, no matter how small, accumulates silently. Every moment is an opportunity to act with wisdom, patience, and discipline. This is how greatness is built, not by sudden luck, but by daily dedication. Even the smallest effort, when repeated consistently, becomes mighty. Thus, the secrets of success are revealed. Rule yourself, master desire, act with foresight, cultivate reputation, and persevere steadily. Follow these daily, and wealth, influence, and lasting accomplishment will follow you naturally.